back. It's time for us to talk nutrition. And this morning on the nutrition segment, Akosua Konadu, who is a state registered nutritionist, is going to help us to understand how it is that we can fight diabetes that develops during pregnancy, gestational diabetes. Good morning, Akosua.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm awesome.
Fantastic. I'm very well, thank you. So, first of all, what is gestational diabetes, and then how do we deal with it? Why does it come about in the first place?
It is just what you said, diabetes that happens when you are pregnant. So it's high level of glucose in the body as far as a pregnant woman is concerned. And how it comes about, there are no leads, but definitely it has to do with your lifestyle habits and certain things you do as far as what you are eating is concerned, and you not being physically active. So people think that because they are pregnant or because pregnancy is such a delicate thing to deal with, there is no need for you to be physically active as far as exercising is concerned. But I always sit here and say that even when it comes to workout, you should identify with a fitness coach or a professional, because there are professional fitness coaches who are helping individuals based on their needs as far as the life cycle is concerned. So being a pregnant woman, there are some safe amounts of workouts you can engage in, to make sure you are fit. And then you should stick with a nutritionist. So people come to the hospital, and sometimes the reason why they've been referred by their ONG specialist to the nutritionist is because they have a low HB. But I am telling you this today, as a pregnant woman, first trimester, you should see a nutritionist. Second trimester, you should see a nutritionist. Third trimester, you should see a nutritionist. So in the entire period of 9 months, or more, you are supposed to see a nutritionist at least 3 times. Where there is a need for more appointments to be made based on various reasons, it could be your HB, it could be as a result of what we are talking about. You will be informed so that we need to make sure certain things are corrected. So it has to do with what you are eating. Our meals are sometimes not planned. A typical Ghanaian, like myself, like you, we wake up and we are now thinking about what we are going to eat.
Of course.
Yes, and so it also poses a challenge, because sometimes for some people it is such a huge thing. It's like a burden for them to be able to even know what they are having for breakfast. So you realize that their breakfast is shifted to probably their lunchtime, and then it keeps shifting. And most people tend to skip, especially for the sedentary person. They think that me taking, let's say, me eating once a day, twice a day makes me safe. So what you are eating, physical inactivity, and then the most important thing is you starting off your pregnancy on a healthy weight. So we don't plan, most people don't plan their pregnancies. You have to have a healthy BMI. You have to make sure your nutritional status is up there and healthy before you conceive and even after conception. But if you don't do it right, then it's add-on. For instance, I was overweight. The tendency to be obese after delivery, and I always go like, the way we marry us, after 2, 3, we lose those bodies, and that's not what they pay the right price for.
So how does somebody know, as a pregnant woman, that I'm experiencing something that this may be diabetes? How does somebody get to know?
Unfortunately, diabetes being any form, being what we spoke about last week as far as type 1, type 2, pre-diabetes, secondary diabetes, may mostly not present signs or symptoms. But in some rare cases, or in some people, you can experience excessive thirst. So for me, you, Kweku, we are kind of sedentary. So we have to take 8 glasses of water in a day. We've measured it. The equivalent is 4 of the sachet bags. So that is 2 liters. For a pregnant woman, I've said it here when we were tackling breastfeeding, you have to add 2 more of the sachet, or 500 ml bottles to it. So you have to take 6 sachet or 3 liters for a pregnant woman. But you realize that your test you have increased as far as your water consumption is concerned. It should be something that you should pay attention to. There are people who overeat as far as they feeling for food is concerned. So if you have increased thirst, increased hunger, it means that there is a reason for you to kind of think about it. And it happens normally between week 24 and 28.
I see.
So when you are almost crossing the second trimester and entering into your third trimester, so for every pregnant woman from this day forward, I would ask you to ask for it. There are some specialists who I wouldn't say are so good because it doesn't make the others bad, but I've had doctors detect this early enough. Because one thing about gestational diabetes is that if it's not corrected or worked on, once baby is out, gestation is over. Yeah. So your chances of being diabetic is high even after delivery. And gestational diabetes, according to research, happens in 50% of all pregnancies.
Oh, wow.
So it's something we should pay attention to, especially now that we are exposed to certain kinds of foods. So yes, Kweku, these signs will help you. But for every pregnant woman, even if you are experiencing none of these, as far as what I've spoken about is concerned, between week 24, so from your latter part of your second trimester onto your 7th month, you should be curious. You should ask for it if they are not doing it, so that you will know. All
right. So, Akosua, nobody gets pregnant expecting to be sick after, you know, with a condition that now becomes almost like I'm going to live with this for the rest of my life. How does one prevent this from ever happening? So you can get pregnant, deliver, no issues, no diabetes.
So, like I said, Kweku, I can't sit here. Even me being, even me being a nutritionist, it doesn't warrant that I am safe. Sometimes genetics sit in. Sometimes I may be engaged in certain things that will later come in to hurt me or harm me. So it is something that is preventable, yes, but also not preventable in a sense that if I am getting pregnant with a healthy BMI and making sure that I am good as far as my nutritional status is concerned, then I will reduce the risk to an extent. If I keep a healthy lifestyle, if I use or go by a meal plan where I know what I am eating, what I am supposed to be limiting. Last week I spoke about it. Once you are 20, there are certain things you can do. Once you are 30, there are certain things you need to reduce. Once you cross 40, you should be mindful as far as certain things you are doing is concerned. And here I am saying that nobody can be safe. I am not safe. What I can do to help is that, one, I have to plan my pregnancies and know that, okay, I need a healthy BMI so that I reduce my risk as far as that is concerned. And there are certain foods you will eat. I know you may ask, we will get
we want to know about that.
So there are foods to eat that will help you as far as you reducing or eliminating your risk.
What are some of those foods? What are some of those foods?
Basically, we have the foods that are low glycemic index food. So we have foods that they are the foods that are good. We spoke about them last week. Whole meal foods, they are good, they are loaded with fiber, and then they make you full. So low glycemic index, we have whole foods or whole meals, oats, barley, wheat. They are low in calories and blessed with fiber. So fiber will help you become fuller, faster, and then it prevents you from overeating. Vegetables are low as far as calories are concerned. So you can have a bit of vegetables going with your rice, let's say 2 leveled ladles of plain boiled rice with a lot of vegetables, like a dessert bowl full of vegetables with your sauce or whatever to go with. Now, I may be taking a lot of salad or a lot of the main meal. What we call accompaniment is the rice. So I can have 2 ladles of that as my accompaniment, and now I will feel fuller because the vegetable is helping to cushion me as far as my intake is concerned, and that is low as far as calories is concerned. So we have examples: broccoli, carrot, cucumber, and what have you. So the leafy green vegetables, most importantly, and they are blessed with a lot of micronutrients for various functions as far as your body and the baby in you two are concerned.
Okay.
So we have fruits, watermelon, apple, orange, and then we have lean meat. With the fruits, I spoke about the sweets. So we have the sweet fruits. You have to be guided as to how you even do it, because okay, you said we should have fruits.
Yeah.
I can cut a lot, one mango and decide to eat it.
Yeah.
It's a sweet fruit and it contains sugar. It doesn't mean you should stay off, but sugars, when it comes to treating diabetes, being gestational, what have you, you have to introduce glucose into your system gradually so that your body is able to pick everything up and use everything up. We have the lean meat, we have beef, we have pork, poultry, chevron, mutton, whatever you want to have. Choose the lean part. If you are buying from a good grocery shops, they really normally arrange their meats as to the lean, as to this and that. Choose lean meat because it comes with almost zero or sometimes zero fat.
Fantastic, fantastic.
So this is something we call good for blood sugar levels.
Yeah.
It has low glycemic index. Stay off processed food. So I know we go to the bad, what not to eat.
Yes, let's look at the bad ones that we should avoid.
So high glycemic index food. So they introduce sugar, they shoot your blood sugar levels.
Yeah.
So they are something you should be particular about. Noodles, you know them. I'm tempted to mention it, but you know them. They are all over our screens. And we have refined rice and food. Some don't even take the pain of even fortifying the rice. They strip a lot of things from. Some will fortify it with iron, but still, you can't compare it to the whole rice. And then we have baked foods. Examples, you know them, they are there. We have waffles, fruits. Like we spoke about it, the fact that they are good doesn't mean that you'd have to abuse it, especially with the sweet fruits. Dates are very sweet. Bananas are very sweet. Mangoes are very sweet. Pineapple, they are very sweet. Ice cream. I know that pregnancy comes with a lot of cravings, but you should train your body in a way that, okay, I can do you today, but hey, I have control over you. Because if you have gestational diabetes or gestational diabetes, your baby can be bigger, and that comes with a lot of problems. I know you also get there. We have granola, sweet potato, we have beets. So these things, I'm not saying you should cut them out of your daily meals, but you should know how to go about it. It's about the right portion, and you don't need much of these things. And there are some, like noodles, I can do away with it and nothing will happen to me. I've never eaten it.
Number 4 says cranberry. I can't believe cranberry is part of this list.
It's like I said, the sweet, most of these contains a lot of sweet. And once sugar is involved, we are not saying sugar it's bad, because the body relies on glucose.
Some of it,
But you don't get the sugar you need for your body's functioning from just cranberry. You eat other foods, and everything you will eat will need to be converted into glucose for your body before your body is able to use. So you don't need to pump a lot of other sugar into your system, because the yam, the banku, the kenke, the kose, everything will need to basically turn into glucose before your body can use it.
So before you leave us, Akosua, apart from having a baby that's bigger, what are some of the other dangers that may be posed, to baby because of this condition? So
there is the respiratory distress syndrome. That is where babies have difficulty in breathing. So you can worry your baby in that sense. And sometimes you need to step in as far as babies born to gestational diabetic mothers are concerned by doing early delivery or elective delivery. Sometimes they are induced because you're based on who is taking care of you. The way I practice probably might be different from the way you practice if you found ourselves in the same field. But okay, I can decide that looking at what you have as far as your condition is concerned, and especially some of them don't refer or are not privy to the nutritionist, and so they are not assisted. For those people, definitely we can do certain things than wait for labor to set in, because there is the distress, like I spoke about, breathing the stress to the baby, and you wouldn't want to risk it because you want a live baby, you don't want a baby with issues.
Good stuff. Where can people find you?
Okay, so on Instagram at the Nutritionist Akosua, at the Nutritionist Akosua, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Nutritionist Akosua, and then you can reach me on 0243 350206. There's a way to help you out. We can beat it down with healthy supplementation, a meal plan. So get in touch with me or any other nutritionist for help.
All right. So for a condition that 50% of pregnant people are susceptible to, I think it's important to talk to your nutritionist. As soon as you get pregnant, you find out that you're having a baby. Make sure that you don't put yourself in trouble. Akosua Konadu is a state registered nutritionist, and she's been helping us this morning.
Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.